Hi, welcome to Excel for Educators, Episode 2. My name is Alicia Parker, and I'll be your host. In this video, I'll be covering the basics of sorting data. I'll be demonstrating this on a Windows 10 computer using Excel 2016. If you're on a different operating system or a slightly older version of Excel, much of this should look the same for you. So let's get started. Oftentimes, educators are afraid to sort their data because they don't want to make a mistake and sort some columns while leaving other columns unsorted. However, most recent versions of Excel are set up to help you not make this mistake. In this video, I will demonstrate a few different ways to sort your data correctly. We'll start off with a fake set of data that might look like what an educator would use. In Episode 1, we learned how to wrap text and resize columns, so I'll do that quickly so we can get our data set in a readable view. We'll be spending our time in this video in the Data tab. Notice there is a section titled Sort and Filter. If we wanted to do a quick sort to get this data set into alphabetical order by last name, all we would need to do is select any cell in this column and then click the Sort A to Z icon. Immediately, all the data sorts correctly. So why do people get nervous when they go to sort in Excel? A common mistake is to highlight the entire column before sorting. But if I were tried to sort again, Excel is set up to help prevent this error. Notice the sort warning that appears. It says, Microsoft Excel found data next to your selection. Since you have not selected this data, it will not be sorted. What do you want to do? Excel gives you two choices, and just in case you have a trigger finger on your mouse, it's pre-selected the option that will sort all your data correctly. Notice the radio button next to the option that says Expand the Selection is chosen. So if we hit Sort, watch what happens. Our first student is Aaron Abraham, which is the same student we had when we sorted without the selection. Now let's try this again and choose the wrong option. Uh-oh. Now we have Chloe Abraham, and we've paired all of Chloe's data with the wrong last name and the wrong ID numbers. But in order to do this, we had to ignore a warning and choose to continue with our current selection only. So hopefully this demonstration helps build your confidence in using the sort feature. It's hard to sort wrong, and if you do get the warning box, you can always hit Cancel and unselect the entire column. You can also sort the opposite way, which is sometimes helpful when sorting numbers. If we wanted to sort this list in order of highest to lowest test scores, we'd choose the Z to A option. Notice that we now have a list of students at the top who all scored a 5 on the state test. So that can be helpful as well. But we have a lot of data here, and it would be nice if we could sort this by teacher and then with a list of students grouped by test score in alphabetical order. That's 3 levels of sorting: teacher, test score, and student last name. This is considered a multi-level sort. If we click on the icon labeled Sort that shows one column being sorted Z to A and the other column being sorted A to Z, this opens up a box with options. The first thing we need to do is check the box that says our data has headers. This already has a check mark in it, so I'll leave that alone. But if it didn't, I'd click the box so that when the sort is performed, my headers are not included and sent down to some random row in my data set. Okay, so the first thing we want to sort by is teacher. We change this first dropdown to teacher and make sure that cell values is selected for the sort on box. It's defaulted to that. This makes sense because we want to sort alphabetically, and we'll get that using the values in the cell. Finally, we want to select how to sort, and for this example, let's sort alphabetically from A to Z. Now, once we have our teacher sorted, we also want Excel to group our student by test score. So we need to add a level, and we'll keep this as on cell values, smallest to largest, for our state test score. Finally, within those groups of teachers and groups of test scores, we want to have an alphabetical list of our student's last name. Okay, let's check out how Excel will do with this. So we see we have a teacher with the last name Appleby, and the students are all sorted from lowest to highest score. As we look through the last names, it does appear that they are in alphabetical order within their groups of test score. We learned in episode 1 how to freeze panes, which is real helpful for keeping our top row frozen while we scroll down. Let's check out our next teacher, which is Cox. It also appears that the test scores have been sorted correctly, and within those test scores, our groups of students are alphabetically listed. So there you have it, the basics of using the sort feature in Excel. I hope these tips help increase your efficiency with Excel. Check out my additional Excel for Educator videos for more help on using Excel in your classroom. Until next time, this is Alicia Parker with Excel for Educators.